We're gonna give it a few seconds, make sure we're live everywhere else. Face, give me a heads up. You could talk, bro.
Yeah.
You don't gotta be shy.
Okay.
I'm the one
No,
on
no, I'm
camera.
not shy.
I don't know why you shy. Okay.
Okay. That is X, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram. You live here? Yeah. You're live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hey guys, we're live everywhere, and today we're gonna talk about negotiation skills for a successful wholesale operation. Before I get started, I want to give you guys, if you guys are Muslim, then you guys celebrating Ramadan, Ramadan Mubarak to every single brother and sister that's celebrating. I know it's tough. I'm fasting myself, and I can't wait till I eat, right? So just want to say that to you guys, Ramadan Mubarak. But let's get into negotiation skills for a successful wholesale operation, right? So, before I get started into that, I want to introduce my event. Every single month, we throw an event, right? Elite Flippers event, where I have some of the elite people, my attorney, my GC, some of the nation's top wholesalers, sales tactics, all these top guys that are coming to the event and they speak and educate the audience. So, if you guys are interested in that, make sure you DM me event. You guys come, it's free. Come learn, come network, and network with high level individuals, like-minded people like yourself, and build that rapport, right? Because you never know, someone in the audience might be someone that you could do a deal with, right? So we're throwing these events every single month, so we want every single person to come by, support us, network with high level individuals, and we'll take it from there, right? But without further ado, I want to get into negotiation tactics for a successful wholesale operation. There's multiple things, right? There's multiple things that you need to know before you talk with the homeowner, right? The first thing is, number one is understanding the seller's motivation. In this business, people do business with people they like. They don't do business with people that just want to steal their property, right? So I'll give you guys an example. When you're talking to a homeowner, you need to talk to that homeowner like it's your friend, right? Like you're here to actually solve a problem. Like I said earlier, people do business with people they like, right? So you get paid to solve problems. You don't get paid because you got a property at a real big discount. That's not what you get paid for. They could have sold the property to anybody else, right? So what we need to do is we need to solve a problem, right? So how do we solve a problem? We figure out what the problem is. That's the main thing, right? So understanding the seller's motivation, because we're targeting distressed homeowners, right? People that are going through hard times, people are going through tough times, they're going to divorces, they're going through, the property's vacant, they got, absentee owners, you got code violation, they don't have money to fix up the property. See, there's multiple distress situations a seller's going through, right? So what we need to do, we need to come in, figure out the problem, and solve the problem. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a few tactics that I do, and what I teach my acquisitions to help solve a problem and how to actually find that motive, right? Because a lot of people won't even give you the motive. So what you need to do, you got to figure out and how to learn how to find the motive, right? So what I do the 20-80 rule. So 20-80 rule is when a lead comes in, right? What we do, how we set it up is we get data. Once we get data, you get data from PropStream, batch leads, kind skip. There's multiple ways to get data, right? If you want to if you want to use the same data company that I use, just DM me data. Be like, hey, I want to, know what data company you use, and I'll refer you to my data guy, and he'll connect you and set you up, right? So once we get the data, we dump that into a dialer. Once you dump that into a dialer, now your cold calls are ready to call. Right. So now we use callers from AK Callers, right? If you guys want cold callers fully trained by me, go to akcallers.com and you acquire callers there. Okay. So now the callers are calling all the cold leads and they're extracting the cold leads from the dialer and bringing you warm leads. Now, once you have the warm leads, those warm leads are dumped into your CRM. Okay. So now what you do is you're calling people from that CRM, and what you're doing the 20-80 rule. So we're going to go over that tactic right now. Okay. So 20-80 rule goes like this. Hey, Mr. Homeowner. So how it goes is, hey, Mr. Homeowner, I got your basic information, right? The basic information is, hey, Samantha told me this property is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 800 square feet. Property's been vacant, and it's been vacant for 2 years. Is that correct? Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's good to know, right? Is there anything else I should know about the property? Once you get the basic information, That's just 20% of the thing, right? Because like I said, people do business with people they like. They don't like you yet. You just got basic information. How they like you and how they want to do business with you is from that 80% I'm going to show you, right? Is how you build that rapport. You figure out the why, right? But hey, Mr. Homeowner, it looks like a good piece of property. Why are you looking to sell it, right? Once someone's calling me on this. Okay, so why are you looking to sell it? Once you figure out why the homeowner is looking to sell the property, guess what? Now you build that rapport. They were supposed to want to sell the property because the property was inherited and, you know, mother passed away, right? So now what you do, you talk to them, be like, I'm so sorry your mother passed away. You know, I had a good friend of mine, his mother passed away as well, and it's not. I understand how it is, right? She gave you birth, she was everything to you, and then so you just got to build some rapport. But like, hey, but it's okay. Everything happens for a reason. You move on to bigger and better things. I understand you think of your mother with this property, and we're gonna make sure it's a smooth transaction, and we're gonna fix up the property. So just in case, whenever you do pass by, you're happy and you're satisfied that another homeowner is living in this property, and it's gonna bring back good memories for you guys, right? Stuff like that, right? So that's what we do is we build rapport, right? And how do we build rapport? Is from the 20-80 rule. Okay. So that's the main thing that we do there. We got a lot of people here asking questions. That's what's up. That's what's up. But yeah, that's how we basically do the negotiation tactic, right? The 20-80 rule is the main tactic that I use to basically get the basic information and then also extract that basic information and then ask qualifying questions to get a better understanding of what the why is. Once we have the why, now the ball's in our court. Now you build rapport, you negotiate a price that makes sense for both parties, and you get that property under a contract. Okay. So if you guys want to learn these exact skills live, like me actually making calls and getting this stuff done, you like, hey, I understand what you're saying, but how do I implement this, right? I want to see this in live action. So what I do is every Tuesday and Thursday, I have all my students, we jump on a live call and we make calls together. So if you guys are interested in jumping on the live calls every Tuesday and Thursday, make sure you DM me Discord and I'll send you guys more information on that, right? So you listen to me and my team and we do live calls and we show you how to facilitate a conversation with the homeowner, right? So if you guys want to learn how to do that, make sure you DM me and we'll take it from there. I also have a proven method that I use. It's called the RRR method, right? So I'll basically show you guys how that works and how I utilize that method in a conversation with the homeowner, right? So if you guys are interested, book a call with me. The link's in the bio. Book a call, and me and my team, we're gonna get back to you and see if it's a good fit. To see what we could do together. To have you be a part of the elite family, right? So that's basically what it is. It's how the negotiation tactic works. So let's do some Q&As, and I'll answer a few questions, and then we're doing lives every single week, right? Every single Wednesday, I come out 4 p.m. A new tactic on how to, level up your business, level up your mindset, and level up, your business, right? So that's what we do there. And if you guys are interested, make sure you guys keep coming on the live, show support, and yeah, we'll take it from there. But right now, let's answer some questions. Face, let me know what the questions are. Okay, well, I see some questions here. You could talk,
Okay.
Don't be a little.
The thing
Don't be a
is,
girl.
they're all facing towards you. It's fine.
Figure something out.
Let me see. Let me open that shit.
We got FaZe over here. He's the director, but this guy's shy. She doesn't want to talk. Well, dude, you can't be shy in life, man. You gotta, you know. I don't want to. But let's see. If anybody has any questions, make sure you ask your questions. That way, I can answer some questions. If you guys got value from this, I appreciate you guys for joining in. We talked about negotiating skills for wholesaling for a successful wholesale business. And if you guys got some value from this, that's awesome. And next week, we're going to give you even more value.
There's one question. How important is it to understand the seller's perspective and motivations? How do you go about uncovering them during negotiations?
Like I said, right? It's a good question, whoever asked it, right? So how it is, it's very important to figure out the seller's motivation. Because without knowing the seller's motivation, you're not really going to get anywhere. Now you're just fighting over price. Like, I'll give you 100,000, 120,000, 150,000 for a property. It doesn't really make sense, right? Because a lot of people are just talking about price. End of the day, you got to figure out the why. There's so many times that I've won properties over from people that were just talking about pricing. I actually came in, build a rapport. I said, "Oh, your cat died. My cat died too. I know, understand it's a child in the family. This, that. Building rapport. Oh, you got kids? I make it up. I got kids too. I'd be making stuff up like that too. Telling the homeowner, "Oh, you got 6 kids? Yeah, I got like 8 kids. We're trying to figure things out here too. And I never tell them I'm the owner of a company. You never tell. You act like you're someone that actually works for the company, right? Never act like the CEO, even though you guys are all bosses, right? If you guys open your own wholesale business, you guys are all your own boss. But remember, when you're talking to a homeowner, you don't want to act like a boss. You want to act like an employee of the company. Okay. So it's very important. I see another question right here. What kind of dialer do I use? There's multiple dialers that I use. The main dialer that I use for mass cold calling is called Ready Mode. Okay, so that one is what I use. And if you guys need cold callers, go to akcallers.com. They have fully trained cold callers. I'm actually affiliated with them where I train the cold callers, and they're fully trained by me, right? So they're starting at $5 an hour, but if you get two or more, they're at $4 an hour.
There's one more question. How do you deal with aggressive sellers during negotiations?
There's different types of people. There's sweet people, sweet old ladies. There's aggressive guys that just want an offer, right? There's like medium type of people where it's just like, hey, they start off aggressive, then you gotta break them in, just nice and soft, because they're going through stuff. So there's multiple types of things that are going on. But what you need to do, even if they're aggressive, you gotta be calm. Don't be aggressive with them because I know everyone could get rowdy, right? But stay calm. Okay. Like, hey, Mr. Seller, I'm just trying to see if this is a win-win situation. I just want to see if we can make something happen, right? You spoke to my caller, you spoke to my assistant, Jamie. She said you were interested in selling your property. Okay. She said you wanted to sell your property, and guess what? I'm just calling you to see if this could make, we can make something happen. If not, okay, cool. You don't got to be yelling at me. You don't got to be aggressive. Okay. Because we can both do that. Don't say that part, but, but yeah, don't, yeah. Well,
There's one more question.
okay.
How do you assess the flexibility of a seller during negotiations?
Well, how it works is, repeat that question again.
How do you assess the flexibility of a seller during negotiations?
Sometimes they want to sell within 30 days. Sometimes they want to sell within 60 days. What you need to do, you need to figure out what time frame works for them, right? We're in the business to solve a problem. Why do we get paid the big bucks? It's to solve a problem, right? So for us to solve a problem, we need to figure out what their motivation is, what's the time frame, and what, like, if they even have a place to live afterwards. Because we're not trying to make them homeless. We're not just trying to kick them out the house just because they're in foreclosure, just because they're behind on payments, just because they don't have money to fix up the property. That's not what we're in this for. We're here to solve a problem. This is why we get paid the big bucks, right? I know a lot of people are wholesaling here. A lot of people are trying to get into wholesaling. The reason why you get 10, 20, 50, 100K checks on a single conversation is because we're solving a problem. And people like doing business with people they like, right? So you got to be likable. You got to ask the right questions, and you got to make sure you have everything answered to where what's the motivation, what's the time frame, is there any additional parties are involved? It might be a wife, it might be another, the spouse, right? It might be kids involved, it might be uncles, brothers, etc. involved on a deed. So you got to make sure you have clear expectations when it comes to that. So, am I doing any land deals? I see, Mike. Are you doing any land deals? Yeah, I'm doing land deals all over, right? For land deals, the numbers, you right now it's much harder to do land deals. The reason is because how a land is assessed, right, is that land price, and then when the property is built, the building cost is so expensive right now that you gotta be really low when you're buying land or when you're offering for land, right? So I'll give you an example. If you're offering $30,000 for a land, and properties are being built for 500,000 in the neighborhood right now, to build a $500,000 house is costing about 400, 450 with with materials and labor. So the margins are very slim, right? So if you buy a piece of land for 30,000 plus you're building for another 400,000, now you're in it for around 430, 450 after closing. There's not enough margin. The 50K margin is not that much, for especially for a builder, right? So we're trying to get it for even cheaper. Right. So yeah, I do land deals all over. If you guys have land deals or any type of deals that you're trying to liquidate, go to homerunnequity.com and submit your deal, and me and my team will help you sell it. All right, guys. Well, without further ado, I'm gonna let you guys do your thing. Right. Stay blessed. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and hearing what I have to say, and a little talk, a little education, a little motivation for you guys every single week that I come on. And yeah, guys, keep staying tuned, and keep being blessed. So appreciate you guys.
And then on you're on like Facebook and Instagram, you like ever post stuff?